Hey everyone, a little bonus content. I got a note while we were recording the last video, and it reads, Hey, dear Sinus, when you do another Let's Explore DA vid, could you critique hardcore on my picture that I drew, the one called Angry? So let's go check it out. I still got Pavel with me to help me explore.
Ooh, yes, I'm still here.
Browse gallery. So angry, angry. Xmas, Teddy noses. I don't know. Oh, it's right here. So we have a piece called Angry, which is uploaded in an amazing resolution of 2496 by 2896. And
Yeah. I guess, well, my first advice would be to use like Save for Web at a slightly lower resolution so it doesn't take forever for people with slow internet connections to load your work.
yeah, I'm guessing this guy does not have any photo editing program. That's what I'm just gonna go out there and guess that just from the lack of any cropping or kind of
Yeah,
presentational stuff. So yeah,
you
that
should
might
get FMView, the free image viewer editing program.
yeah.
Yep, it's amazing.
Um, so yeah, it's got some issues, anatomy, stuff like that, rendering. It's just kind of very beginnerish, I could say.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all start somewhere.
Yes, in fact, me and Pavel both started drawing when we were in our late teens, 18. Pavel was 18, I was 19. I happen to have on hand a very picture
No,
made
you
by
do not
Pavel.
show that.
And here it is. It is a picture called Final Guy 1.jpg by our Pavel here.
Oh, you traitor.
You can check it
How
out
dare you?
on artbypavel.com. And if you like this, yeah. So this was drawn by Pavel when he was starting out. You can see there's a nice little Naruto headband, which looks like it has a Reebok symbol or something on it. I'm not really sure. What is that, Pavel?
I can't believe you're showing this.
No, I'm curious. What is the symbol on his headband?
Oh God.
Is it like an
I
at?
I think it was an interpretation of one of those village symbols they have.
Oh, so it was a fan created village that you made up
Yep,
for
I'm
your
pretty
Dragon
sure.
Ball Z character. And he's got a quite a giant sword here. That's huge. You see, we got like a little
Oh,
hair, like a hole in it, so it goes faster through the air.
is that what it does?
Probably. I
Actually,
don't.
don't have a
I
clue.
should be asking you what it does since you're the.
I still don't know why people put holes in the swords.
Well, you must have some idea. I mean, here's a
It
hole in the
looks
sword.
cooler.
It makes the whole sword look like it's like a like shark or something. It's very aggressive. You can see it kind of has like this dopey looking mouth and then like an eye.
Oh, it's so terrible.
And he's got like a little shoulder pad here, so there's feathers coming out of it. So there's definitely some very creative stuff going on. You can definitely see the early formings of a concept artist here, just by their use of shoulder pads. I'm not sure what you were going for with the whole. It looks like you were just using the dodge and burn tool to actually do your shading.
I think you might be right, actually.
See, and that for some reason, a lot of people do that. I even did that when I first got Photoshop, and it is such a terrible way to do things to use the dodge and burn to like,
I think it's because your perception of how lights and darks work is like a lighter lightens up
yeah,
and
when you're
shadow darkens. So what are the cool tools to like make the color go lighter or darker? Dodge and burn.
you are completely right. Like, and that is something that You gotta learn like early on to like that shadows and highlights aren't exactly just lightening and darkening the value. So yeah, you can see that that's Pavel. That's how he used to draw, and now he draws slightly better. But
Yeah, I stopped drawing characters and started doing environments
yeah,
because, let's face it, characters are too difficult. So
yeah. But anyway, back to BlueP here. We have some character stuff. And I'm gonna say there's some good things going on just with like at least there's like some slight curve to like the limbs and stuff. And that's okay. They're on the right track. But the folding in the clothing is like it's okay in a couple parts. Like on the midriff kind of part where there you can see that they're like turning their torso. Like that's okay, kind of has some
yeah,
pulling. But when you look
yeah.
at something like the arm, where it's just kind of randomly thrown in here for no reason, there's like folds coming down on that straightened arm. And they're coming from
You know, cynics. I think like one thing the person's doing kind of right with the folds is they're not going too overboard.
well, they're at least trying to follow like the direction and like
Yeah.
stuff. But like they're going a little bit overboard and just like the where the folds are like coming from. Like you can see on the arm where the arm is straight, but there's like folds coming from the middle of the arm where um there's no real apex point where stuff.
No, I think the like an approach to folds could be is like don't put any folds in unless you know that this should have a fold in it.
Yeah, you definitely want to.
Just work your way from there.
Yeah, like if you're not positive that there should be a fold, like in you can like in your mind you can work out like where the fold is coming from and why it is there. Then you don't really need one, and you should just kind of try to minimize those and altogether get rid of those.
And I think you'll usually find is you can get away with being really minimal in your folds because, you know, generally, unless you like painting really realistically, people are going to go along with it.
Yep. So let's see what other kind of useful tips can I give about this. There's certain things that'll just come with time, like rendering faces and stuff like that. You'll get better at just stylized stuff by doing it more often. The hands, you need to just like practice drawing some hands because they're very much like you can tell they kind of feel a bit lazy, like he just wanted to get the hands over with and didn't want to pay really any attention to them. Which is common when you're like starting out. You just want to kind of draw fists and things and just kind of be done with the hands. You don't want people to look at them and stuff like that. But
They
there's,
are a really tricky part to do because
but I,
of all the joints they have.
that's true. But I feel like once you get into hands, like you'll start to enjoy them. They become like this fun thing to do on a character where you can show a lot of personality and like really have fun with hands and like the way the fingers are moving and stuff. And so you just gotta learn to love them and learn to enjoy them. But yeah, I think just simple things like folding clothes and the way you pose characters and just kind of getting used to posing them more fluidly and just kind of maybe stepping back and start approaching things more like from gestures and simple kind of poses and
Yeah.
stuff like.
Or maybe approach it by building out the figure using Loomis or uh,
Doesn't take long to improve. It takes
yeah. I think if this person just starts churning stuff out, they will get better. And
that's
the method for drawing figures is actually called the Riley's method.
oh
Yep, and it was a method developed during the 50s, during the golden age of illustration for basically building up a figure when you didn't have access to a model.
huh, interesting.
So, you know, you shouldn't shy away from exploring stylistic drawing, but you also shouldn't shy away from doing studies. That would be my critique.
Well, all right. Thank you, Pavel, for joining me on this little adventure, and hopefully people will learn from it or get something out of it, and hopefully our friend here, Vloppy, can keep cranking stuff out at a more steady pace because he needs to just crank stuff out. That's the best way to
Yep,
improve at a fast pace. It's
yep.
lots of art
Get
all the time, and I guess that's it. So thanks for watching.
see y'all.